So the topic is averages, right? So let's start with the lecture. So here's the first question on your screen, guys. I'm giving you 30 seconds and I need to see how many of you can solve this quickly and correctly. Your time starts now. Okay, Utkarsh, Kundan, Shona, correct answer. What about others? Why is it taking you so long? All right. So the question says the average marks of a student in 8 subjects is 87. Okay, just a second. The average marks in 8 subjects is 87. So what do you mean by that, guys? What is his total marks then? If his average marks in 8 subjects is 87, then his total is 8 into 87. Okay. It says of these, the highest marks is 2 more than the one next in value. So let's say the second highest is X. Then what is the highest marks, guys? It is X plus 2, because the highest marks is 2 more than the one next in value. So the one next in value, we assumed it to be X. So the highest one would be X plus 2. Yes. Now, it says if these two subjects are eliminated, so the total marks was 87 into 8. What is the total? 8 into 87. We are now eliminating these two subjects. So what would be the total marks? Minus X minus X plus 2. We have eliminated the two highest marks. So this is your new total. The average of the remaining subjects are 85. What is the marks obtained by him? Highest marks obtained by him. So now, what is the average, guys? Average is basically the total upon numbers. So the new total is 87 into 8 minus X plus 2. The denominator, how many numbers are there now? 8. Yes. Guys, how many new numbers are there now? Six, right? Because we have eliminated two subjects. So the total subjects were 8. We eliminated 2. So the number is now 6. So this is the new average. This new average is given to us as 85. So that means what is 8 into 87? That is 694. Is that so? 696 minus 2x minus 2 is equal to 85. From here, on solving, I'll get x as 92. So what is my answer, guys? 92. Yes or no? Not 92, guys. That is the second highest marks. We have to find what is the highest marks obtained by him. So that was x plus 2. So your answer would be 92 plus 2, which is 94. Is that clear, Ashutosh? Is that clear, everyone? Okay, let's move on to the next problem. See, 92. What we found was x, right? We assumed x to be the second highest marks, the one next in value. So the highest would be 2 more. So we considered highest to be x plus 2. So that would be your highest mark. So where we got x as 92. So our answer would be x plus 2, that is 92 plus 2, which is 94. Yes? Ashutosh? All right, let's move on to the next problem. Okay, so here's the next question on your screen. Can I get the answers for this quickly? Okay, very good. So the correct answer here is 6.25. Let us see how. It says, in the first 10 overs of a cricket game, the run rate was 3.2. First 10 overs, the run rate was 3.2. So how many total runs were scored in the first 10 overs? 10 into 3.2. Or see, average is total upon number. So if we have to find total, we'll multiply the average into number. So the average is 3.2 and the number is 10. So the answer would be 32. Yes? Guys, I hope you know this basic of averages, right? Okay. Now, it says what should be the run rate in the remaining 40 overs to make a total of 282 runs. So the total should be 282 runs. Yes, the game is of 50 overs, right? 10 plus 40. The total should be 282. So in the first 10 overs, 32 is already scored. So how many runs are left for the 40 overs to be scored? 250 runs needs to be scored in 40 overs. So what should be the run rate? 250 upon 40. That is 6.25. Is that clear, everyone? Is it clear, guys, everyone? Okay, let us see the next problem then. So here's a very interesting question. It says 1, minus 3, 2, minus 4, 3, minus 5, up to 2000 terms. So we are adding them up. So we have to find the average of all the 2000 terms. Yes. You guys have 45 seconds for this. Okay. Some of you got the answer is -1 and some of you got the answer is -2. So for people who got the answer is -2, check on the number of terms there are actually. Okay. So the correct answer is -1. So it says there are terms 1, -3, 2, -4, 3, -5, and so on till 2000 terms. So to find the average, what do I need? Total upon number of terms. Now, I see that every two numbers, the sum is -2. Yes or no? So for every pair, the sum is -2. So how many such pairs are there, guys? In 2000 terms, how many pairs are there? 1000 pair, and the sum of every pair is -2. So what would be the total? -2 into 1000, that is -2000. And how many terms are there totally? Terms are 2000, still 2000. There were initially 2000 terms. How would the terms change? Here we have multiplied with 1000 because there were 1000 pairs. But after all, the total number of terms is still 2000, right? You cannot change that. So your answer would be -1. Is it clear to the people who got the answer is -2? Everyone? For people who got the answer as -2, is it clear to you now? We just played with this total, right? But the number of terms would be the same, right? Shall I move on to the next problem? Yes or no? Okay. So here's next question for you. Okay, so a lot of people answering option number C, that is 88. Yes, that is the correct answer. But we'll see two different ways of solving this problem. The first one is the general way in which people solve the problem. It says a student's average test score on 4 tests is 78. For 4 tests, it is 78. So what is the total? What is the total, guys? For 4 tests, the average is 78. So what are the total marks scored? That is going to be 312. What must be the student score on a 5th test so that the average score on the 5th test be 80? So let's say the score is X. So that means what is the total now after 5 tests? 312 plus x upon total test is 5. The average should be 80. Yes. So we'll find from here x is equal to 80. Is this concept clear to everyone? Okay. But this is not the right way, because see, what all iterations did we do here? We first multiplied, then we added, we divided, and again we multiplied. So there are at least 4 steps here. Yes. Why should we do that? We should not. We'll see a very interesting way for this. What does it say? For 4 tests, the average is 78, 78, 78. Yes? Guys, yes or no? Listen very carefully. On the 5th test, so after giving the 5th test, his score should become 80, the average score. So let us say he must score 80 in the 5th test, at least 80. Yes, 80 is the minimum that he need to score in the 5th test, right? Okay, now for the average to be 80, here he scored 2 marks less. Here also he scored 2 marks less. Here also he scored 2 marks less. So in all the previous 4 tests, he scored 2 marks less, right? Because the average was 78. So that means in the first 4 tests, he scored 8 marks less than the average. So in the 5th test, he must score the average marks plus the marks that he couldn't score in the first 4 tests, that is 8 marks. So the total is 88. Because I'm explaining this to you, it is taking a little more time, but if you can understand this concept, you do not need any calculation to solve this problem. First 4 tests, the average was 78. In the 5th, he needs to make it 80. So in the 5th, he'll score 80 plus whatever is less. 4 tests, 78, it should be 80. So 4 into 2, that is 8. The answer should be 88. Is that clear? Was that interesting? So this would help you in solving a lot of problems. Yes, this is not applicable everywhere. There are specific problems wherein this concept is applicable. Okay. So here's the next question on your screen. All right, so let us see how do we approach to this. So how many of you say the answer would be data insufficient? How many of you say so? That's not right. Okay. It says the average of age of all the boys in a class is 22, while the average age of all the girls in the class is 24. Thus, the average of all 40 students in the class is 23. So we got to know from here that the total students are 40. Yes. So let's say number of boys be X. So how many girls would be there? 40 minus X. People who considered this to be Y and were thinking this is a data insufficiency question. Yes. Guys, is that clear? Now, so what is the total age of boys, guys? X into 22. There are X boys and the average is 22. So the total age of all the boys combined is X into 22 plus. There are 24 girls in the class. Sorry, there are 40 minus X girls in the class. The average of whom is 24. So this is for boys, this is for girls. Finally, this would add up to 40 students with average of 23. So it should be equal to 40 into 23. Yes or no? So this would give me 22x plus 960 minus 24x is equal to 920. Yes, which will give me 2x is equal to 40. X is equal to 20. Now, what was X? X was the number of boys in the class. So the number of girls in the class is 40 minus X, 40 minus 20, that is also 20. Is that clear, guys, everyone? We can take girls as X as well, right? In that case, boys would be 40 minus X. Yes. See, we would have also done 22 plus 24 upon 2. That is for very specific data. In this case, the data is very easy, so it became very easy for you to identify that. But if the data would have been a little different, Utkarsh, in that case, this was not the exact way of solving the problem, right? And I'm considering on a bigger picture actually. So this is not the exact method of solving this problem. Okay. So guys, yeah, apart from this, in averages, how many of you remember the averages the averages formula that I taught in speed, time and distance to find the average speed when there was half distance and when there was half time? Do you remember that? Guys, yes or no? So people who have not watched in the speed, time and distance lecture also I've taught two averages formulas, which is related to finding the average speed. So you must watch them as well, right? So that's all we have from averages, guys. Yes. Thank you.